Hello. Hi Ray. Hi Carissa. Do wait up. We will start at 9:30. We'll be talking about I think overcoming fear and self-doubt, things like that. Yes, you are early. You're not on time. You're early. Right. Hi JL photograph. Hi. So today we'll talk about like overcoming self-doubt and things like that. Hi guys. If I'm not wrong, today we are day 5 of this IG live challenge. So far so good. Is it scary? Kind of, but yeah, just push through lah. So I just want to share with you something that I shared with my clients, my coaches earlier. So courage, okay? I don't know if you can see it. Can you all see it? Type in the chat below if you can see it. Is it in the opposite format or what? Can you all see it? So courage, okay, is having doubts plus commitment. So this is something that I learned from a mentor. So doubts is something that we all have. You know, we all have doubts. But oh yeah, mirror image. So I have to articulate it instead, okay? So the equation is courage equals to doubt plus commitment. So doubt, we always have it. So half the battle is won already. So what is needed right now is more of the commitment aspect of things. So that's why I am embarking on this 30 days challenge to make it a commitment. You know, die I must show up. Die I have to do this. If not, number 1, I don't walk the talk. Number 2, people don't trust me. Number 3, I'm a loser. I say something but I don't actually do it. So I really scare myself with a lot of if I don't do. That is how I can fabricate this courage from thin air, and that is why I'm here doing this IG live day 5 already. So this is something that I want to share with you guys. Rather than me teaching you guys in theory, it will be way more awesome that I'm doing it right now despite the fear. You know, honestly, I was trembling lah, you know, in day 1. Show some love. Thank you so much. Thank you for appreciating this. So I just want to articulate that, you know, it's despite your fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being good enough, courage is us doing it despite the fear. Okay, it's not being fearless or whatever. Okay, awesome. Our friend is here, Umbra, right? And yes.
Hey,
Hello.
our friend is here. What have you told them so far?
So I just briefly shared them this lah, but I think it's in mirror image, right?
I can't see. I hear doubt, commitment, and then I cannot see what's
Courage.
else. What else is it?
So I was
Courage.
sharing them that like courage equals to doubt plus commitment.
Courage equals to doubt plus commitment. Ooh, I like that. I actually phrase courage differently.
Okay.
But I can see the link. Okay, you explain. Oh wait. Should we tell people like who we are? Oh my gosh, this screen is so bright.
Yes. So
Yeah.
hi guys. So Umbra is someone who is extreme. She's a holistic life coach, extremely passionate in helping people get breakthrough as well. So in terms of self-doubt, overcoming the fears, so both of us, we kind of met through Instagram. I really like to, you know, vibe with passionate coaches as well. So I reach out. Yeah. So yes. So would you want to share more about yourself?
I think yeah, you kind of hit the nail on that one. Yeah, so I am a life coach, and basically like I just help people get unstuck from anything, you know, from unstuck from like you know, their problems with their career, relationships, or just like limiting beliefs and fears that they've had for a very long time. And so I feel that like being a position where you're stuck can mean a lot of things to different people, and that's why I don't like to dive and like go into too much detail about like what being stuck is, because everybody like resonates with that differently. So that's what I am. I feel like I should call myself your unstuck coach. Like that sounds so silly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been coaching for about 3 years now. Previously, I was a nutrition and lifestyle coach for CEOs in the CBD, working in the CBD area. But I decided that I wanted to help people, you know, my age-ish, so like 25 to 30, revealing my age. Yeah, I'm really passionate about helping like the younger people, you know, like, you know, I always tell people that like coaching is like the foundation for your years to come, and it's like the best investment that you can like do for yourself ever. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
you keep smiling. It like influences me to smile. I'm like,
yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
I mean, we are just keeping it casual, guys. So
Yeah, we don't even know, like we're just like winging it. We don't even know like what we're gonna say. But okay, we had some questions that we wanted to answer, right? Ish. Okay, so I'll start it off with you. So why is it important, right, personally, for you to identify like your fear, like fears and limiting beliefs, Daryl?
okay, yeah, sure, sure. I want to make it relevant to my current episode right now, actually.
Sure.
So for the longest time, I have been helping people overcoming their fears with the
Yeah.
breakthroughs. But the irony here is that I didn't know that I had fear of IG Live until
Yeah.
like Ambra invited me to IG Live, and I kind of like hesitated, right? I was saying that, hey, let's do Zoom instead. So
Yeah.
my natural inclination was towards Zoom, and I
Yeah.
actually used my own framework. So in case some of you don't know, I I created this own framework lah. It's called Art of Internalizing. So I will dive in deep to why do we do what we do, and I found the real answer to that is that I don't want to feel like a cheap slut. When I come on live, people hop on and off.
Yes, I remember you
It,
saying that.
it didn't make me feel comfortable at all. Whereas in Zoom, it's very interactive, it's very close knitted. So if I were to choose the Zoom path, right, it's just me particularly much avoiding my fears lah.
Yeah.
So when you ask me this question, why is it important to overcome your fear, right? It's because I just want to share with you. Ever since I embarked on this 30 days challenge to appear on IG Live non-stop, my relationship with my sister improved a little bit better. Despite me being tired, right, and a bit awkward to reach out to her, because she works as chef, right, my second sister, I'll actually ask her, Aina, how's your day? Which for the
Oh,
longest time I don't.
yeah.
For real, I always say that I'm the koko. I will not reach out to them like that because it's just not cool lah. And I always thought that I'm the coach. I need to coach them. They must be willing to listen. And one of
Yeah.
my audience from this IG live, right, actually said this: for family members, you just need to love them. Don't coach them. Oh
Yeah.
shit, that was a learning point as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not just my personal life, I had a breakthrough, but in terms of relationship as well. So I would highly recommend you guys to really find out like what is holding you back, confront it.
So how would you define fear?
Wow, good question. There is no clear definition, to be honest. I want to hear your feedback on that as well. I want to hear your thoughts. For me, fear is something, as long as it is something that's holding you back. It can be something, a reason, why you're not doing something. I will assume this like, I want to make 1 million, for example, but I scared people judge me, or I scared what if I embarrass myself in the business or whatever. That itself is fear. I will suppose so. But what about your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so essentially so one thing that you said is basically what I've heard you say is that there are a couple of thoughts that you will have, and these thoughts will lead to you, like, experiencing this thing called fear. But
Yeah.
if you break it down even very simply, right? Fear is just an emotion. And emotions are sensations that we feel in the body. And just like how sometimes you can feel happy, feel sad, right? If you just understand that fear is an emotion, you then realize that you can actually switch this emotion on and off. Like, this is something on an exercise I get my clients to do, right? Let's say they're feeling fear, and I tell them, I said, right now, right, you're scared to do this, like right now, let's get ourselves in a state of fear. And then I get them to slowly like intensify the emotion of fear and decrease it, like dial it up and dial it down, and then completely eradicate it, so that right, essentially at the end of the day, right, you control your own fears, you control your own emotions. And if you think about it, like, fear is just an emotion. It doesn't have to be good or bad.
That's an interesting topic. That's an interesting way to look at it. No?
Of
I have
course.
never
Life
yeah I
coach.
have never tried increasing and decreasing. But for me, when I use for myself or when I coach my clients, right, I use the word comparing.
Right.
So when you mention increasing, decreasing, that's a very interesting perspective. I would like to share mine as well.
Sure.
So my perspective of it, right? In fact, I just ended a coaching with one of my client.
Yep.
So what I drew, right? I don't know whether you guys can see it lah. It's opposite lah. So at
I
least
cannot. We can't see,
okay.
Daryl. Don't show already.
You can't see.
Don't
Okay,
see
no
one.
worries. So basically, what I done right was that I
Yeah.
compare it on this
Yeah.
end. Okay, is 50%. For example, let's say fear of judgment,
Yeah.
and we rank it at 50%.
Yeah.
And then on the other end is something that the person hold close to his or her heart. For
Yeah.
example, the fear of losing their loved ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so ask the client right now to ask you guys to compare.
Yeah.
Fear of losing your loved ones versus the fear of judgment, which is higher.
Okay.
When you look
yes.
at it this way, okay,
Yes.
naturally the answer of breaking through towards fear of judgment, it's higher. It's easy now if you have
Yeah.
something as a benchmark. So that's something that I personally practice, and I would definitely use yours. But I would reckon I need your help, right? If I were to increase and decrease, how to do it alone?
I mean, okay, so it really depends. I think I can have this conversation with you offline, but basically, fear is experienced in your body in very different ways. Sometimes I even get the clients to be like, okay, so when you're feeling fear, where do you feel it the most? Do you feel it in your heart? Do you feel it in your chest? Do you feel it in your mind? You know, where is it? Then from there, you can slowly I'll be like, okay, I want you to imagine right now that this feeling that you're feeling is intensified by 100.
Okay.
You know? Or if they can't do that, right, I'll be like, what is the scariest moment that you've ever experienced in your life? Get into that state. And then after that, I'll tell them, stop thinking about that moment, just shut it off. And then the fear goes away. But anyway, I wanted to also ask, since like we're talking about fears, right? Like how does that then relate to affecting people's like dream life, you know? And why is mindset transformation so important, you know, when it comes to dealing with fear if we want to live a more fulfilling life?
Okay, great. But before we go there, I think Hillary has a question. So what if the exercise backfires and your body ends up perceiving fear in situations that normally won't? So how would you deal with it? That sounds complicated on this question. So what if the exercise backfires and your body perceives fear in situations that normally won't?
Oh, okay. Honestly, so this is why actually, right, I normally encourage my clients to do it along with me as a coach to sort of mediate, to help you, like if you end up having a panic attack, I'm there like, okay, you need to calm down, like, you know, because you know, it's when you're having those kind of panic attacks, right, that just appear, because essentially panic attacks or things are just like thoughts that you have. So it's good practice to obviously have a coach around, or even just a loved one, you know, like if you're not ready, you can be like, hey, I want to try and do this. I'm learning how to manage my negative emotions a lot better. Then, you know, can you hold my hand or help me, you know, if I'm feeling scared? Just if you find that you might overreact, then just tell your partner, okay, like if this happens to me and I'm scared, you know, I want you to love me, or I want you to ground me in this manner. You can always tell people like how they can help you throughout that process, you know, because like I feel like grounding is very different for one person to another. So yeah.
Nice. So going back to your question for me, right, was on why is overcoming fear important to get that dream life?
Yeah.
So I guess all of us human beings, right, really have desires, for sure, right? But at the same time, we also have self-doubts, we also have fears.
Yeah.
And I would say that self-doubt would stem from past failures.
Yes.
We take it very personal, right?
Yeah.
Instead of saying that, hey, that experience suck, that's not me, I never suck. Most people would say that, hey, I suck, I should not do that anymore. So just imagine if let's say you are fishing, just because you fish for 15 minutes and no fish came on your bed or whatever, and you say, hey, you know, I'm a bad fisherman lah. And that's it, no, forever you label yourself as that.
I love that. I love that analogy. I'm gonna use it.
Yes.
You still sub for me, I still sub for you, okay? And then I'll
For sure.
But
what if honestly you're made to be a very, very good top talent fisherman, but you just because of 15 minutes, right, you label yourself, you give in to the fear of maybe your impatience or whatever, you know, fear of people judging you for being a clown. 5 hours later you don't get a fish and you give up, you quit halfway. So but at the end of the day, if you can pull through that fear, maybe you'll be more patient, maybe you screw people's thought, you just hold on the rod for 5 hours, you might be an A-class fisherman. Who knows, right? So my take is that whatever you want is really at the end of it. In between, there's a lot of obstacles, there's a lot of fears.
Yes.
That's how we have breakthroughs lah. But what about yourself?
I want to add on to that. So essentially what you did, right? You weren't, okay, I used the word overcome just now, but actually, in reality, it's not about overcoming, it's about facing and being with your fear. And once
Exactly.
you face and be comfortable with it, right, over time, that feeling will subside because you're no longer giving it that much power, and you realize that, you know, like, hey, it's not that bad. And I also want to add on to what you said about having a clear goal in mind. Always ask people, like, who do you love becoming that is so much bigger than your fear? You know, like, if you have that clear vision in mind, then you realize that yes, fear is scary, these challenges are scary, but the person that I want to be, you know, is so much more important to me than, you know, my current struggles, self-doubt, limiting beliefs. And personally, that has helped me a lot. Like, I so for a lot, hi Sean. So so for a lot of okay, for some of my followers know that recently I faced one of my biggest fears ever, which was you know,
Roller
going on.
coaster, is it?
Yes. And I tell you what happened, okay? How did I face my fear? I faced my fear by really visualizing that at the end of the day, I'll walk out head high knowing that I, you know, went on all those roller coasters. And then, right, like when I was waiting in line for the roller coaster, I'll be like, okay, honestly, right, there'll be sometimes I'll be like, what the hell do you think you're doing? Who the hell do you think you are? And then I'll be like, no, like, babe, you have faced fear so many times in life. You face difficult things. Like, this is just another fear and challenge that you can face. You have to keep telling yourself that you can face it. And once we tell ourselves we can face it, it doesn't even have to do about overcoming, because we know that we are able to manage any sort of unpleasant emotion at any point in time. So, oh my God, thank you for all the love, Sean. You're such a sweetheart. I'll be supporting your spin classes. I'm going live with him, you know, I think this week, next week. Yeah.
Nice. I'll
Fun.
support. So I really like what you just said, right? Like visualizing, look at someone that you really want to model after as well. So
Yeah.
there's three tips, right, that I always share my coaches. So
Yeah.
again, it's opposite direction, so you guys cannot see, right? It's mirror
We
image.
cannot.
It's not my fault, it's the phone. So the first thing that I actually share there is called fabricate your why.
I love that. Yeah.
So it's like pretty much what you just said, right? When you
Yeah.
fabricate some like a role model, that
Yeah.
in some sense is a why. Why are
Yeah.
you doing that? So
Yeah.
if let's say we use your roller coaster
Example.
experience, right? Example, using this model that I created.
Yeah.
If you were to fabricate a why, you see, I'm Umbra right now. I have to be maybe a walking evidence that my method work.
Yes.
True.
Yes, of
Yeah,
course. Yeah, I
exactly. So
didn't
that's
add that.
the first one. Yeah, first one. And number two, probably you can say that, like, because I want to live myself limitless. I want to live my life
Yeah.
limitless.
Yes.
So exactly, that's the second why. So how can we fabricate as many why as possible? And the second thing that we do, right, is why stack.
Yes.
We give
Why is that?
ourselves so many reasons that doing it sounds like a no-brainer. We have to go through
Yes,
it.
of course.
And the
I
third
totally
thing,
agree.
right? Yeah, the third thing, exactly what Ambra mentioned earlier, is look for past achievement. She mentioned that she had gone through so many fears. So
Yes.
what? Right? This is nothing. And when you do these three things, right, step by step, I promise you can break through it. Like same thing here. I kind of have my mini breakthrough here with IG Live as well. I don't
I'm
care
so
if the
proud of
number
you.
is dropping. Thank you so much. Virtual high five. Yeah. Really. So I'm very passionate about this topic because all this while I really assume that I'm in a business, right, of helping people to live life purposefully and passionately. But I realized that in order for you to achieve a purposeful and passionate life, it's an accumulation of all the breakthroughs.
Yes.
Right.
And I was actually having this conversation with somebody today. I was telling them that, you know, when I look back in my life, like, which are the moments that I've been the happiest and the proudest? I said moments when I achieved certain things that I told myself I couldn't achieve. And I feel like people are so scared when challenges come in their way, like, oh my God, challenges. But you know, like, challenges are so beautiful. Like, you learn like what a great human being you can be. You learn that you can expand your limits. You learn that you don't have to be the same person that you were 3 days, 4 days, 1 year ago. And your challenges are placed in your life to make life more meaningful. If everything went smoothly every day, like, you know, you wouldn't build strength of character. And so that's why I often tell people, like, look, a challenge has come, great. Like, what is this teaching you about yourself? Like, how are you upgrading yourself? It's so
For sure,
I
for
love
sure.
it. You know, like,
I love how you frame challenges, right? Instead of something people be like, wow, damn sian. Instead,
yeah.
it's something that you look forward to.
I
Right?
love it. I'm like, okay, what's up? I'm ready for my next challenge. Skydiving, let's go.
Love it, love it, love it. So that's the thing, right? There's something that we always talk about, like growth mindset,
Yeah.
fixed mindset. I think a lot of information is on Google, but
Yeah.
when people truly embrace it, try it, right? Like the fact that people are coming in, staying here, that's an example of growth mindset already.
Yeah.
Willing to learn new stuff. Yeah.
So, okay, wait, let's see the time.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
we have, okay, so I'm actually curious, right? Okay, so you see, you mentioned a very good point. There's a lot of information on the media, right? Like, on like tips, you can watch like YouTube, people telling you how to do things, do that. So why do you think it's still necessary to have a coach?
I honestly think, right, they people like my clients or students, right, get asked, right, is because of the guidance.
Yes.
Really, because everybody, right, is
Yeah.
unique. Everybody has
Yeah.
requirements of a customized solution.
Yes.
Yes.
Couldn't.
So it's like imagine you have a mole. Everybody come to you and say, hey, I got fear of judgment. Use this solution. And that's what Google is doing to you. They take one online article, throw in your face and say, hey, go and deal with it. So how can you expect people to have transformation through an online article? I don't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even like for myself, I get coaches as well. I believe, yeah,
What do you
both of
say?
us, even for myself, I get
Okay, yeah.
coaches as
So,
well.
yeah. So I feel like we both really practice what we preach, like because I help people with fears, right? And I'm always getting out of my comfort zone in my fears. And for you, we both like really see the value in coaching. Like I spend so much money like in coaching before even getting all of that money back, because I really feel that you have to invest in your mind. Like I always tell people, like you really need to invest in your mind, because if anything were to happen to you at any point in time, you always have your mind. You always have that with you. So I feel like if people don't build a strong mindset, growth mindset, or they don't know how to manage their emotions, then that's actually a real problem.
Yes, totally agree with that. So I want to share this to add on your point, right? Most youngsters or like young adults like us, right, I would say that they're rushing into sales, marketing, investing, and things like that. So one thing that my mentor shared with me was the 3 level of development. Firstly is personal development, the place where we are both at.
That's right. That's right.
Secondly is skill set development. Thirdly is
For
financial
sure.
development. Yeah. So when I see this pyramid, right, it kind of makes sense. The foundation is actually personal development. Because let me share with you
Yeah.
my episode, right? At 23 years old, I was making tons of money as a sales guy, not in the
Yeah.
insurance or real estate, but in tech startup like Carousel and companies like Grab. So I was
Yes.
making good money, but I was selling without integrity. It's a bit shy for
Yeah.
embarrassing for me to admit this here. My personal development
Yeah.
was weak, and I
Yeah.
paid for a lot of business courses. I paid a lot of investing courses, but nothing changed my life until I
Yeah.
met Tony Robbins in his event, and I was like, wow, I really need to hear this message. That like your inner world reflects your outer world.
Oh,
No point,
100%.
yeah, no point making 10,000 a month where you got no values, you got no integrity, you got no
Yeah.
compassion, and all this money will just vanish someday. But if
Right.
you have that rock bottom solid character, people like you for you with your skill set that you have, money comes. Then that's where you take ownership on your financial development, either
Mm-hmm.
through value investing or whatever options out there to grow your finances instead of just burn it elsewhere lah. So once I really understand that, wow, shit, I focus so much on my mind, my heart, my
Yeah.
soul.
100%.
Yeah.
And one thing else that I kind of want to talk about, actually is a bit off topic, so maybe not lah.
What's that?
Since
What's that?
it's on.
Let's do it.
You want me to say no, because I feel like we've mentioned a lot about mind management, but briefly, right? If you this has nothing to do with fears, but if you want to live life purposefully, passionately, right? I still think that you need to care for the physical body, i.e., like making sure that you have some sort of a physical routine that challenges the body physically. You're making sure that you eat well, that you sleep, that because basically the mind and body are one. A sick
Mm,
mind, sick body, sick mind, right?
I got I
So
got I got tons
hey
to add
man,
on for that. I got a lot to add on that. You carry on first. You carry on first.
Yeah, so as a holistic life coach, what I do is that I support people on that level as well. I really help to ensure that, you know, like, are you eating the right foods that, you know, help nourish your mind, your soul, your body, your gut. There is so much like research showing that, like, you know, your second brain is your gut, and if your gut is completely wrecked, then, you know, that's gonna really affect the way you think. Like, you know, you can't expect yourself to be, you know, performing optimally if you're shoving down McDonald's like every single day. You know, it just doesn't work that way. So yeah, mind, body, soul, everything, all, it's all important. Oh, oh my god,
Mix.
there's the mini poos for life. That's so cute.
Yeah.
Hi. I wish we could see the mini poo.
I really agree with that to a very large extent, because 4 weeks, 3 weeks ago, in fact, you know, I was just blinded by the number of lives that I want to impact, blinded by how much my business is making, so that I can make sure that I survive during this COVID period and things like that. A lot of concerns, a lot of worries. But ever since my mentor shared with me that, you know, myself, you know, I have other metrics to determine success. So that was a very big lesson. What I did
Yeah.
instead, what I've done, right, is that I created 5 things as my daily routine.
Yeah.
Wim Hof method, make sure I breathe
Yes,
correctly.
I see seeing your Win Off method.
Meditating, I work
Meditate.
out.
Yes, we meditate.
Yes,
Okay, I don't do
I
your
make
Win
sure
Hof,
that
but
I read or I study, so that
yes,
I can bring my knowledge to the next level, so that I can serve my clients well.
reading every
And
day, 100%.
yes, exactly. And lastly, I work on my body, like what you mentioned. So 4 weeks ago, I will not be able to relate to you, you know, to contribute to this topic, you know. But it has been fantastic so far. 1 week I work out at least 5 times on HIIT. I don't
Yeah,
use that. I got no time as an excuse. You
that's
know,
bullshit. Sorry.
HIIT is really 8-10 minutes. You know, 8 to 10 minutes,
Yeah.
maximum 20 minutes. And when you actually walk the talk, I think for the audience here, the most important thing that you can actually do for yourself, right, is walking the talk. Like if you say tomorrow I wake up early, do it. Don't compromise your personal integrity.
Mm.
Then you can save money on coaching like us. Don't have to already. You don't even have this kind of problem. Most of the time is because you say something and you fail to achieve it. Hence, you doubt yourself. You compromise your personal integrity. So, on the other hand, if you always walk the talk, you say today I want to work out. I want to work out for the next 30 days. You really go through it, follow through. Your confidence in yourself, your worthiness, just skyrocket all the way up. But most of the time, it's just hard to maneuver or navigate alone. That's why we get coaches.
Somebody was also talking about, hey Kevin, hey Dom, hey everyone. Sorry, Brenda, I want to say hi to my friends. Somebody else mentioned about affirmations. Maybe, yeah. Actually, can you share like why you like affirmations, and then we can share why we like our affirmations as well.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So I
Yeah,
want
I
to
don't
share
know
with you
whoever
guys.
said, somebody said affirmations, and I was like, oh my gosh, but you kept talking, didn't want to disrupt you.
By the way, fun fact, guys. Whenever the two of us chit chat over Zoom, right, we talk non-stop. No? So yeah, this is how it works. Anyway, about daily affirmations, I really thought that it was bullshit last time. Like for real,
Yeah,
I thought it was bullshit until when I noticed that my business is truly an extension of myself. When I
yeah.
was filled with so much self-doubt, right? Guess how much I was charging for my coaching? 6 days with me, I was selling it $20.
What?
No
Sorry,
bullshit.
you're horrible. Get out of here. I'm so glad you
Yeah,
upped your game to 700.
exactly.
Good.
Exactly. So only recently then I increased my price to at least a few hundreds. And
Yeah,
I was really blown away by the magic, you know, daily affirmations has done
yeah.
for me. And you must know what to say actually. It's not you
Yes,
saying
I
that
want to
I'm
add to
smart.
that. Can we
Yeah,
give
it's
them
not saying
some
that
tips
I'm
or not?
smart. Yeah, for me it was because my honestly my family's financial situation and things like that really demoralizes my worthiness. And I look at it,
Yeah.
I've said that hey, my net worth doesn't define my worth. I've done a lot for my family contribution. Yeah. So this
100%.
really gave me a lot more conviction in my worthiness. So you must really know, you must really do your daily affirmation right based on your past achievement. I think that's the key. What about you? What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, so I want to add a couple of things about affirmations. Basically, for affirmations to work, guys, you have to believe in what you are saying. So, like you know, like if you every day you tell yourself in the mirror, be like, I'm so beautiful, I love myself 100%. there is no time that I know like that's not going to resonate with you. So you really have to find affirmations that like you resonate. So for example, I help women, you know, love their bodies and love themselves. Or not women, everybody, okay? No, men can have body image issues as well, okay? So, you know, sometimes they'll be like, oh, I just want to love my body. I just want to love myself. Hi, Giselle. Yes, you're beautiful. Sorry, you got distracted. So what I will do is I'll tell them like, okay, look, if you can't say that about yourself, right, why don't you just tell yourself like a body deserves to feel beautiful. And that might be something that's like, oh fine, like maybe it's not my body, you can't resonate with your body right now, but at least you think like, oh, a body deserves to feel beautiful. And when you tell yourself that, maybe you feel better, you know. So you don't have to go to extreme ends, you just have to find affirmations that really work with you. And another tip that I have when people are coming up with affirmations, that it has to be positively stated. So you're not gonna be like, wake up in the morning, I can smoke less. Okay, there is smoke, there is smoke, and there is like, yeah, there is smoke inside. So when you say that, then your body, like, where your energy goes, your attention flows, right? So if you
Oh
say
yes,
that, then
yes,
you
yes.
definitely want to smoke. So what I tell people is be like, I'm gonna be breathing fresh oxygen the whole day, you know. So when you tell yourself, I'm gonna be breathing yourself oxygen, like obviously you won't be breathing in cigarettes or nicotine. So daily
Yep,
affirmation is like
yep,
the
yep.
things you write on the mirror and repeat in the morning, is it? Yes, can be. Yeah, I mean that's one way. Like I have them like on my mirror as well.
I have them there as well.
Yeah, we showed each other our affirmations before.
Right. So
Yeah,
before we carry on,
yeah.
like
Before
Abra, maybe
we
you wanna
got
put
3 minutes
your
left.
Instagram. Maybe you wanna put out your Instagram so that my audience can follow you as well. You give
Oh,
tons
my
of damn
Instagram.
here. Yeah, you just
Oh
step
yeah,
out
put
your
it down.
Instagram.
Oh,
Yeah, put it down.
okay. It's just
So
my name lah.
yeah, do give her a follow, guys. She share a lot of tons of
Give
good stuff on
Daryl a
her
follow
IG story.
too. We love him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Oh my gosh,
guys.
I don't normally do this, but you keep doing this, so I feel like influenced. um, what else? Yeah, I think
Okay, share with us. Share with us what's your daily affirmation like.
my daily affirmations, like it really depends, but I feel like I use things like I'm a creator of my own reality. You know, I can achieve whatever I set my mind to. You know, you know, I'm always able to deal with whatever comes into my life. Like I actually start the morning like with a couple of things that I just feel that I need to hear. You know, like I just need to hear this current point in time. Yeah, so it's not too fabricated like a list of things that I have to go through, but it's like, what does my heart need to hear at the start of the day
Ah,
to help me move
okay.
through the day? And then
Yeah, yeah,
but the
awesome.
thing is that I'm good at coming up with affirmations already, you know. So like I can create them at the goal for it to be very customized to my particular challenge of the day.
Makes sense, makes sense. Alright, thanks for sharing that part. So for me, on the other hand, it's like I really want to make it like a locked in, locked in my head. Like
Yeah.
I would say that daily affirmations in some sense is like a principle for your life.
Yes.
In fact, let me just bring you guys here, okay? So I plug out my charger. This time around, it should be able. You guys should be able to see lah. Can you see? Is it opposite again? Cannot lah.
Cannot.
Oh shit. Okay, now can you see it?
Yes, be kind, always give value. Happiness is a choice. Play out every day. I have gifts to share. I love that. I have a gift to share. I love it.
Yeah.
Wait. I cannot read that one. I have done a lot for my family. My net worth doesn't define my worth. That's right.
Yeah, people actually learn from me. So at one point of time, I really doubt myself. I said that like, hey, I got nothing to share lah. I'm just a young 24, 23 years old guy who will actually listen to my bullshit, you know? And,
Oh my
and
gosh.
that's damn bad. Yeah, that's damn bad. So
Yeah.
ever since I locked it into my head, they're like, hey, Joriel, I every day just sharing knowledge. And I'm very happy sharing knowledge.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
it really changed my life.
I think I resonate with that too as well. Like a lot of people, because like you know, when I first started coaching, and we should end soon. When I first started coaching, I think 24, 23. I was coaching directors, CEOs of hedge funds, finance industry, you name it. I was like, what? They're gonna be listening to me? I'm so young. Like I've never even done coaching before. But I just learned to believe and trust myself. And yeah, I can totally get it. But now I care more about the youths, guys. Thanks, CEO, for the wonderful experiences. But it's great to
Yeah,
have in
for
my
sure,
resume.
for
Like,
sure. So
excuse me,
I think,
can you?
yeah. So it has been an amazing session with you. Thank
It's
you
been
for
amazing. We
overcoming
should do
the
another one
fear.
again. I don't care. This is fun. I like talking to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's
Well,
arrange. Yeah, let's arrange
huh?
again.
Okay, anyway, I just want to like really thank everyone. I think some people might have left, but I feel you guys were such an amazing audience. Thank you for all the hearts and for commenting and for showing interest. I think what Daryl said, it really shows the fact you're even here 1 minute, 2 minutes. It shows that you care about your personal growth. And I wish everyone all the best in life. You guys deserve all the success and happiness in the world. And we love and support you even if we don't know you personally. Okay, bye.
See you guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye.